Messages the world needs now. This is going to be something that people can tune into monthly.
Do some trance mediumship, can feel the energy change. In that state, my personality kind of moves to the side. We're going to allow spirit to speak through me. My voice may or may not change. The information that's received and shared will be beneficial to those who tune in.
These messages are timeless. This is a great way to receive information from a higher source.
We welcome communication.
Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the Medium's Table. I'm your host, Michelle Gardner. This podcast is your personal invitation to join me at the intersection of the everyday and the extraordinary. Together, we'll explore the magic of mediumship, share spiritual stories, and connect with fellow mediums on this incredible journey. So grab a seat, pour yourself a cuppa, and come join us at the Medium's Table, where spirits gather and stories unfold. I'd like to welcome back to the show, I'm going to say amazing medium and many, many other titles, but I'll let Julie explain that. Julie, welcome back.
Hi, thank you. It's good to be here.
Now, you are, besides a medium, a psychic, a tarot reader, I don't know. There's so many. List them all.
Yeah, I read things, energy. I'm a Reiki master, a paranormal investigator. Oh, most recently, Bigfoot hunter.
We have to talk about that on an episode. That is fascinating. Fascinating. Yes. And the photos that you show me, I'm like, oh, and you're like, oh, no, I was actually going to show you this. And I'm like, well, no, look what else is in the photo.
It's crazy. And it's so much fun.
And who even knew it was a thing? I mean, in Australia, I've never heard of that until you said it. I'm like, what? What do you do there? Like, what is
you
this?
Have to start it then, see? You start it.
I might have to look into that. Look out for my next business venture. Oh, I couldn't even get that out.
a tour group.
Yes, exactly. All right. So this episode is going to be the messages the world needs now. It's a tongue twister sometimes, and I've got to say it slowly enough.
It is.
And this is for the month of July, but these messages are timeless, and whenever you hear them and they resonate, they are for you now, in your now.
Yes. I believe in timing. I believe in divine timing. And we set the intention with the messages that they come when they're needed, and that I'm going to channel in a trance what the world needs to hear right now. So whatever maybe the majority of listeners are going to benefit from in the coming weeks will be what comes through. And you have to trust that. And if you're new to this type of world, let it be demonstrated to you. Let the universe demonstrate it to you, that when you set your intention to receive, it will come. It'll be there.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, as we said, these messages are timeless. So whether you're stumbling across this 2 years from the date this was released and the message resonates, it's for you.
Absolutely.
It's for you. Yeah. So Julie's going to go into a trance state. She'll take a moment to enter into a trance state. You'll see her with her eyes shut. If you didn't watch the last Messages the World Needs Now episode, please go back and have a look. I want to say it's episode 44, but I will put a link up in the comments so that you can go back and look. And I would advise people, it doesn't matter whether you listen or you watch, because this is on podcast as well. The message will resonate. Close your eyes, find somewhere quiet, and absorb what the spirit world is telling you.
I think that's part of it too, is you don't need to take notes. It's more like it just reaches into you. And it's there. And if you can't remember everything, that's completely normal. And it will come to you when you need it,
Yeah.
when it's necessary, or maybe you just feel better afterwards. Sometimes that happens too.
Yeah, absolutely. As I say, I like to feel into it and just allow the message to be absorbed wherever it needs to go, in my mind, in my body, wherever it needs to go, in my auric field, whatever needs to happen. I just feel into it. And I think that's sometimes the easiest and best, probably a very simple way of understanding and tuning yourself into messages that spirit brings.
Yes, I would agree with that. And
Mm.
somewhere multiverse Michelle is benefiting from it, right? And
Yes.
it took a couple minutes, and maybe it doesn't, you're not sure what to do with it in this reality right now, but somewhere it's doing its thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So these are going to be, as we've mentioned, every month. There's going to be a message that the world, for the world that you need to hear. And these will be usually at the beginning of the month. So please tune in and allow each message to be absorbed. If you're a regular listener, you definitely need to tune in at the beginning of the month. Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. So we'll take a moment for Julie to go into a trance state. Now, I will cut that part out because it's like, as you said in the previous episode, it's like watching someone meditate. It's not much going on there.
Yeah,
things are happening. There's a lot going on, but for the for the viewer, there's not much going on, and for the listener, there's a whole bunch of silence. So
right.
so I'll just cut that out so we can then allow the spirit to just get to the message for you to hear it and see it.
Perfect.
When you're ready, Julie.
Okay, here we go. Greetings, friends. Your brilliant light travels through space and time to realities yet unseen, dimensions yet undiscovered. In your current human incarnations, your wandering eyes look upon troubled times, it would seem. Conflicts arising, intensifying, at a time when the earth herself appears in chaos, as natural and man-made disaster in the form of drastic change rumbles in her surface. Each of you as a separate light may feel challenged by what you witness. And yet, if you allow, deep within, there's a knowing of the necessity of shedding this skin, of moving beyond these distractions and connecting to spiritual oneness and truth. As each of you releases your personal struggles, your light glows brighter. Day to day, burdens are lessened. this individual pursuit eases the earth's own transformation. Of course, as humans living upon her crust, we shall be impacted by her own inner turmoil. This is necessary and perhaps unavoidable, as the circle of human life is dependent upon the Earth's own life cycle. Those dangers created by man, however, they further challenge the earth in her transformation, just as they intensify the human struggle. They are not necessary. Peace resides within each of you. Bringing that peace forward, committing to that peace. Conversely, intensifies the struggle in those who refuse to see or own their nature as peaceful unification of spirit. In different terms, the individual who, while standing amongst the rubble and the fire, permits themselves to connect to the peace and the oneness, which is all there is. They experience their surroundings as a necessary growth to be managed and to not add to with violence or negativity. This very peace and lovingness confronts the ego of the others who demand violence, demand control, the others who distract from the truth that each human is spirit in form. The ways humans decide to organize and describe themselves are the very things which cause the division. Sinking deeper into your being beyond the words, you may know your neighbor as their light essence, not as their name or their religion or their occupation, but as a being of the universe, a being of light, another expression of divinity. This is what must be remembered. First, recognizing within each human self this truth that each is just one expression of this light. And upon your person owning this belief, radiating it forward and recognizing it in your neighbor who may not yet be ready for this recognition within themselves. Understanding that your expression of your light, in fact, challenges the structures and beliefs that create the division. This may appear as your neighbor becoming agitated or violent. Understand that that is their human response to the light you're shining, as the ego desires to control and contain this light. The light will be victorious. There is infinite light, and it grows as each of you makes the decision to do so. We watch, and from afar hold light for you in support of Earth's transformation and embracing of peace. Be well. Care and kindness travels great distances. Thank you.
Thank you, Spirit, and thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
That was, for me, for what I got out of that, very, very relevant for what is happening within the world now, and a great timely reminder for how we as humans can become the change. I love that. There was a lot in that message, a lot.
It felt a little overwhelming in a good way. You know, I'm not sure how to describe it. Like the energy was like liquid, like lotion.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and very soothing, and wise, and just reassuring. Like I feel very safe.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's, yeah. Again, as listeners and viewers, feel free to put in the comments what you got out of that message, how that resonated for you and what that meant for you, or even how you felt about that, as you feel into a message, how did that feel for you? It's, they're so unique to each person, to each individual, aren't they? So unique.
Yes. And I can feel the reminder of sometimes what we see is just too big.
Yeah.
And just taking a little piece of it and applying it to ourselves for as long as we can.
Yeah.
It might just be going to church if that's what you do, and it lasting through Sunday afternoon, right? Or
Yeah.
Saturday night, or wherever you worship. And then maybe trying to get that peace to last a little bit longer, or remember it throughout the week.
Exactly.
Or, however, whatever your own beliefs or modes or methods are. For me, I think it's having dinner with my family daily, that builds that and reminds me. And if you can extend that into those days when, seems like everything's crazy, you can call back the peace.
Yeah.
And if one person can find peace in that crowd, it can spread.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you can't, or you're not sure how to find peace, be kind.
Yes.
Be kind to someone, be kind to yourself.
Yes.
And that
agreed.
will lead to peace. Yeah. Or grateful for those little things, a roof over your head, running water, just gratitude. Yeah.
Gratitude has a huge power to just shift.
Yeah.
Just shift. Like, I learned something that it's so simple, but it changed everything. Just saying to someone, for example, we'll all run late sometimes. And what normally happens, like, oh, I'm sorry I'm late. I'm sorry I'm late. How many times do you apologize for being late? Explaining there was traffic, there was this, whatever. And that energy, just that energy is exhausting.
Yes.
And to flip that around and say, thank you for waiting. Thank you for your patience. Thank you.
Yes.
It is so powerful.
That's so true.
And many times, you may be dealing with a person who's annoyed, of course, but it shifts them as well, because they're like, oh, right, I am patient.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I am the most patient person, and I'm getting praise for it. So
yeah, flip it to a compliment. I love that.
Yeah, it's really powerful and simple.
Yeah, it is. Wow. I've never, and I've never even thought of it that way, to be honest. Yeah, that's interesting.
Because we're not taught that, right?
No,
we're
apologize.
Taught like, yes, right.
Tell them you're sorry. Tell them you're sorry. Yeah, exactly.
And you can't say it enough. And really, what is so offensive? You were late.
Yeah.
It's an inconvenience,
Yeah. Wow. So. But to give someone a compliment, like you said, and praise for being patient enough to wait for them, or that's gold. I love that. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's going to stick with me forever now. I didn't even, it's almost like, how did I not think of that? See, we're always learning and growing through these interviews. Always.
Yes.
Oh,
so we can
wow.
share it with others.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. So, look, and again, like Julie said, just to find that peace and try and make it last a little bit longer and a little bit longer, whatever that means for you. And if you're struggling with peace, kindness, or gratitude.
Yeah. And even if it's just kindness for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, that internal dialogue, turn it around so that it can give you praise.
Absolutely. Right.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Julie, for you and your team, your spirit team, for channeling that message for us today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, wherever you are in the world, allow yourself time to feel into that message. And please share how you felt. What did that mean for you? Because your comment could mean so much to someone else.
It does. It does. And it's a human experience. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. So they don't always work together.
Sometimes they're a little bit unbalanced, a little bit out of sync.
The human wants to do what the human wants to do. And
yeah. Exactly. Oh, brilliant. I love it. I love it. And we'll have you back again next month. So every month, guys, tune in and there will be channeled messages. Now, Julie, where can people find you?
Oh, well, I have a website, which you will include. It's, what is it?
Medium at large.
mediumatlarge.com, but I have dashes in there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a, and actually this weekend I'll be at the Celtic Fling at the Renaissance Fair in Pennsylvania. So starting in August through October, I do that.
So what is the Celtic Fling? Like, well, my mind's running wild on those words together. Like, what?
The Celtic Fling it's held at the Renaissance Fair, but it's not like the Renaissance Fair as much because there's no professional acting going on. Like, there's not an ongoing plot. It's a celebration of all things Celtic. There are dancers. There are lots of music, lots of different Celtic music, like Celtic, Irish, rock, country, folk kinds of ballads, crazy, funny stories set to song, and there are tons of vendors. There are the normal, there are people who, like me, have a booth that's a physical location. It doesn't get set up every day. It's a building. It's a storefront, I guess is what you call it. And then there are going to be visiting vendors as well who have their own connection to Ireland or all things Irish, at least as Americans see it. So,
yeah. Wow, it sounds really entertaining.
It is. You'll see lots of kilts, lots of people maybe dressed as fairies. It's fun. It's fun.
Wow, it sounds fun. I wonder if they do anything like that. I've never heard of anything like that in Australia. What's going on here? Hello, people of Australia. What are you doing out there?
I don't know.
Jeez.
I don't know. Maybe when you're done with your Bigfoot exhibition, you can start a Celtic festival of your own.
As a sideline, just because I've got nothing else to do on the weekend.
Or Celtic Bigfoot. I don't know. Put it all together.
Exactly. Just mix it up a little bit. Well, there you go. And now at this Celtic Fling, this Renaissance Fair, you will be doing readings or tarot, what will you be doing there?
I do tarot there. I read palms. Yeah. I mean, I do mediumship, of course, because it happens with all the others, but I don't really offer it usually separately just because it's intense.
Yeah.
Like, there are tribal drums in my location. I can hear like all the music, like there are drums behind me and drums in front of me, and my ribs are vibrating, and I'm shouting your reading.
Oh, that sounds like, again, intense.
It's so much fun.
Someone turns up. I had a reading today, and the medium was just shouting my reading at me.
I don't think they realize that I'm shouting, really.
Oh, that's funny.
Shouting. It's not really.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. So if you're in the area, drop in, see Julie. She'll be there. Get your palm read, get your cards read, a bit of mediumship.
That's right. That's
whatever,
right.
Yeah, whatever sort of she's got going on at the time. And it sounds interesting. I just can't believe you do all those things. That just fascinates me. I've never known a palm reader. I feel quite privileged, actually.
I love reading palms. That's one of my favorite things to do. Like, I don't think I could. I don't know.
So can you do that over Zoom? Like, how does it have to be in person?
It doesn't have to be in person. No, I haven't done it over Zoom. What someone suggested was taking like a copy of your palm,
Oh, like a
like
photo of your palm.
either a photo or scanning it on like a scanner,
Yeah.
and then sending it to me. We can try it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be good, wouldn't it? That way then you can read palms across the world without having to leave
Yes.
home.
Wow.
Ideal.
That's so much fun.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, there you go. So there's something to challenge Julie, guys. Send your palms.
Because we know how technically challenged I already am.
Exactly. But reach out to Julie. She's Medium at Large on Facebook, Medium at Large you're on Instagram, correct?
I am. I'm there. I have to be active.
Okay, she's there, but she's not always home. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
And also, yes. And the website, she's on the website as well. So reach out to her there where you can purchase her services and look at what she offers. And interact with Julie there. So thank you so much, Julie, for coming on the show, and your team for once again delivering a beautiful message and very relevant for what is happening in the present. And I look forward to having you back again. Well, next month is a given.
Yes. Thank you.
So, thank you so much, Julie. Thanks for joining me at the Medium's Table. The universe is always speaking. Listen and let your spirit soar. Curious for more? Click on one of the videos below and remember to subscribe.